Okay, I was pleasantly surprised with this movie.
Me too. I was pleasantly surprised because I went in with a kind of optimistic but a very careful attitude, and I thought it was going to be worse than the other ones. But that's why I was very much pleasantly surprised, because I kind of had a little bit of a negative attitude when I went in there. But it fixed that. It fixed it. It's fixed.
It really felt to me like not just the story, but the genre itself has kind of come full circle.
The thing about it is, to me, each of the other Shrek movies felt like kind of a continuation of the story, where it was, well, what is Shrek and Fiona and the gang doing now? Well, they finished doing that, so what are they going to do now? Well, they finished doing that, so this is what's happened. And this was like a whole reinvention. It was a new story. Still, you got the same characters, you've got the same actors voicing the characters, but the interconnectivity of the characters is set completely askew.
Phil?
You want to talk some, Phil?
I thought it was neat how they put a new twist on the same old story, basically. And there also wasn't as many pop culture references as I was afraid there was going to be. I didn't really notice any blatant ones, actually. I mean, you still got the nice nods to the fairy tales, and that's just all fun because that's what we grew up with and love.
There's a Brazilian ogres in it. Now, the only problem that I have with that is you've not seen any other ogres through the entire Shrek franchise until this point. And then there's tons of them. Tons of them. With no explanation as to why there's all of a sudden hundreds of ogres, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of ogres in Far, Far Away, where they never had existed before.
Maybe they all had their own swamps. And they seem to be pegged as kind of loners, through Shrek and, well, sort of Fiona. They just kind of, he just kind of stuck to himself, and he always referred to the swamp as his swamp. No, perhaps, and this should have been better explained, I have to agree with you there, perhaps they all had their own little swamps around, far, far away, and then decided to band together. But that's still no excuse for not explaining it. I think they definitely could have explained that better.
Yes, most definitely. And that's my biggest complaint about it. It's not the fact that the ogres existed, it's just that they exist with no explanation whatsoever. I mean, a couple of lines of dialogue would have fixed it. Mm-hmm. When Shrek is like, "Oh, look at all the ogres!" They could have been like, "What? We've been here all along." And I would have been like, "You know what? Weak, but I'll accept it." But it's like, "Oh, look at all the ogres!" And they're like, "Yeah, we're ogres.
Here's some armor."
Yeah. You're an ogre too! How exciting! Any complaints, Phil?
Nope.
Nope.
You was satisfied.
I was satisfied.
Yeah, I was satisfied. I was very apprehensive about this movie because it's a number 4 movie, and usually after number 3, you're like, okay, let's wrap this up, people. I mean, I keep referencing it, and I'm going to reference it over and over again because it's a very good example. Like the old Superman movies. 1 and 2, they were good. 3, 4,
and Fat Puss in Boots, Antonio Banderas, was as good as I thought it was. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
All thanks to our new sponsors,
Blairsville Cinema.
Blairsville Cinemas, Blairsville, Georgia. On the way to Young Harris. On what highway is this?
I don't know. 129, I think.
I don't think it's 129.
You know what?
We should find out.
The address is going to probably be at the bottom of the screen here, so...
Oh, I love post-production jokes.
Oh, yes.
and...
If we got their phone number could be right here.
Oh, hold on.
Maybe in this general
There
area.
you go.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Maybe it'll be over my face, like right here, on my brow. Or it could be down here, or down here. Or it might just zip to the side.
And it's so fast, it's like, boom, it's gone.
I was pleasantly surprised with Shrek Forever After. I went into the movie thinking this had better be entertaining. And it was. The franchise kind of comes full circle, with Shrek wanting to go back to his roots and have things the way they used to be before he was a family man. When he gets his wish, his entire world literally gets turned upside down. The film serves a dual purpose of wrapping things up while still portraying a major what-if scenario. While not as good as the first two, especially the second one because that one was awesome, Forever After still manages to hold its own as a sequel. Some of the reused jokes were kind of dated in my opinion, but the new stuff still kept us laughing, especially the antics of the fat Puss in Boots. Priceless. I encourage people to see it at least once. You'll laugh, the kids will laugh. It's a nice, innocent, fun movie for the entire family. While I admit I wasn't blown away by Shrek 4, that's not to say it isn't worth the money to watch it. I give Shrek Forever After 3 cute kitty shots out of 5. A fitting end to a lovable franchise. This is Justin Sharp with Local TV4, and I'll see you in the... No, they've been marketing this one as the final chapter. That's why it's called Forever After. The franchise is done, over with. DreamWorks is finished with it. Right? Oh goody. What's it called? Oh. Well, Puss in Boots is awesome. In that case, I will see you in the movie line.